Good afternoon. I'm Kathleen. Welcome to my channel. My channel is about, if you haven't been here before, it's just about me trying to save money. Although recently I've been spending money like it's nobody's business. I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm locked in my house with all the ice and snow and I am feeling a little bit blue from the cloudy, yucky, cold weather or what it is, but yeah, I've been spending money. I've decided to keep stuff on my yellow notepad instead of having a bunch of little scrappy papers, although I still have my shopping thing so that I could just have a running total so I can just add it to this when at the end of February, add it on here. Clothing, I've spent $124.51. In an earlier video, I said I didn't think I would be spending anything for clothes this year because I didn't need anything. Well, then a friend and I went to an outlet mall and I got a shirt, and then I bought a heated jacket because I was worried the power was going to go out and I wouldn't have any way to keep myself warm. And it doesn't last forever, so it would be a temporary thing. Unless I just bought a bunch of batteries and I really don't want to spend a bunch of money. So, yeah. So I do have a little bit of clothes on there. And then yesterday, I spent my first amount of fun money, $21, on a Asian fusion restaurant, which is not where I had planned to go. My friend said I could pick the restaurant, so I picked a Japanese restaurant that we always go to. And on the way there, she said, oh, there's a new restaurant. Well, it's not really new. It's been in Frankfurt for like 3 years, apparently, because she asked him as we left. Anyway, so I thought, well, we'll go try the new place. Well, it wasn't great. So the first thing that happened is I asked if they had hot tea. Well, they didn't. They had, all they had was bottled drinks. So then I just got ice water, which was not good because I was freezing cold. And I think it was like 20 degrees out or less when we went to this thing. So we went to a storytelling thing at the library in downtown Frankfurt, which was fun, and it was free. And a storyteller who travels all over the world. She's from Kentucky. I think she now lives in Frankfurt. She was there doing the storytelling. So it was kind of fun. I've never been to anything like that before. So always wanted to go on one of those like wagon train things out west on a ranch, and you go, and although I don't like riding horses, I would go in a wagon. If they had a wagon, I would sit in the wagon and go. But I don't want to be riding horses. It's not fun. It's very uncomfortable. And but then you go out in the desert and you have a campfire and you camp out there and you have like cowboy beans and steaks or hamburgers or whatever they make. I don't know what they make. and it's kind of expensive though, but I always thought that would be fun. And they sit around the fire in the desert with no lights, just the stars, and you listen to stories. Even ghost stories would be fun. But I never did get to do that. So I don't know if I ever would now that I'm old and decrepit. So, yeah, I always thought that would be fun. But these weren't those kind of stories. They were, one of the stories was from a different, I don't remember what country. I think it might have been an African country, but I don't remember where she said it was from. Anyway, apparently she tells her stories different every time she tells them, a little bit different. She doesn't memorize them completely, I guess. Anyway, it was interesting. Have you ever been to anything like that before? Not just as like a little kid going to the library, your local library, and listening to story time, or listening to stories in like kindergarten from your teacher. I mean, going somewhere, a theater or out in the desert or a library or something as an adult, and having stories told to you. It would have been fun to have like a bunch of different ones, although I was sleepy. I think because it was after 6 and we had just eaten, and I had fried rice and some little spring rolls, and I think that made me really sleepy. So I felt bad because she was like, it looked like she was looking right at me when she was talking part of the time, and I kept yawning. And I was trying hard not to, but it wasn't because it was boring. It was because I was, I guess, out of it, getting tired. Yeah, it's supposed to get up to like 51 on Wednesday. I hope it does, and melts all that stuff off. And we're going to have game night next week, so that's good. But I'm going to eat my lunch pretty soon because I am getting hungry. I might do that now and then I'm going to make some chicken cacciatore. So, for dinner. I've made this, I might have made this once or twice in my adulthood. My mom has made this before, but it was like once or 3 times in my childhood, so I don't remember how she made her chicken cacciatore. So I went to this website. I wrote down her recipe, but before we make this, I'm getting hungry because it's almost 2. I'm gonna doctor up this. I got shrimp fried rice last night, and I don't ever salt and pepper my food in a restaurant unless I taste it and it's really bland. And that doesn't happen very often because they always over salt and over pepper everything when you go to a restaurant. So, yeah, but I ate a few bites and I'm like, this has no flavor, which never happens except for last night. And so I put some salt and pepper on it, and it helped a little bit, but I'm gonna help it a lot more. So the restaurant I was going to go to, they have a hibachi grill, and that's what I was going to get. I was going to get some kind of hibachi, probably chicken, or like their mixed stuff with chicken and beef and shrimp. And it comes with a teriyaki meat mixture, fried rice, and vegetables like zucchini, onions, and carrots. And when you're sitting at their hibachi table, They make it with butter. Their fried rice. Butter, and they put sake in it. I do not have any sake, so I am not putting sake in it. So I'm going to melt this garlic. I don't know what brand soy sauce they were using, but this is the only kind I like. And here is their fried rice. I don't know why people put peas in their fried rice. I know a lot of people do, even when they make it at home. But I don't. I don't. I'll eat it, but it's not, yeah, it's not something I put in fried rice. Just gonna warm this up. And I realize it does have soy sauce in it, but it's pretty flavorless. So I'm gonna add a little bit of my soy sauce. I don't know if there's any egg in this. I do not see any egg. So I'm going to add an egg too. Most people just scramble the egg up in there, but that's not the way my mom did it, so I don't normally do it that way either. Might end up having to do that this way, but usually fry it up separately and cut it into strips. And then mix it. Much better. I'm gonna go eat and then I'll come back and make some chicken cacciatore. So I was editing one of my videos, a very short one that I'm going to put out tomorrow. I was doing every other day, but I got bored. And so I put one that was gonna come out tomorrow. I just went and put it out this afternoon. So anyway, this other one's a short one, so I'm gonna put it out tomorrow. And then I have a longer one that I'm getting ready to edit shortly. But anyway, I was talking about the bed tent, and I forgot to mention the first night I was in there. I have an overactive imagination. I read too many books, and I read a lot of Stephen King and other spooky kind of things, and probably I shouldn't, but I really like them. I like thrillers too. Anyway, I was laying there and I turned my light out and I was trying to doze off when I thought about a movie from years ago with Bruce Willis, a little kid, and a tent. And I still can't remember what it's called. I don't know if I want to remember, because then when I'm in it again tonight sleeping, I will think about it. Anyway, I kind of creeped myself out, and I had to really push that out of my mind. Yeah. But that did pop into my head, and some of you will know what I'm talking about. Really good movie, but yeah, really not something to watch or think about when you're trying to sleep in a tent. So yeah, I am cold. Bonnie went back outside again. I'm gonna warm up some coffee and work on this other video. I don't know what else I'm gonna do today except make this chicken cacciatore. Let's go look at Bonnie. What are you doing? You coming in? Are you coming in? Come on. So I got caught up on all my videos up until this one. So they're all scheduled now. I've decided to put the next couple out every day for the next few days, and then I'll see how I feel. I feel like my videos are too far out, where I've been doing them every 2 days, and then I had big giant breaks. So I don't know, I might start putting them out every 2 days later, I guess. Made me some tea with some honey in it and milk, because I'm cold. I am only making the chicken cacciatore with 2 of the chicken thighs. I don't want a big bunch of it in case I decide I don't really like it. So it says to brown, and I'll put the recipe that I found. I'll put a link to it in the description of the video. So it's on the Mediterranean dish website, but I'll put a link down there. Hopefully I don't forget. But the first thing I'm going to do is brown my 2 chicken thighs. Then I'm going to go get some more chicken thighs for Bonnie's food. I have to make her some more food tomorrow. And I need to get some of the tomatoes and the bell peppers out of the little freezer in the back. put some aluminum foil over it because I don't have a lid that fits this pan. Don't want it splattering very much if I can help it. I've thawed out my tomatoes a little bit from the garden last year. So this recipe calls for crushed tomatoes, so I think that's good. Good enough. I should have waited on the chicken. I didn't realize it would brown that quick. I still need to thaw out the bell peppers and chop the onions, mushrooms. I have 2 mushrooms. And what else? Celery. Yeah, I've got to chop up the onion, celery, and mushrooms real quick. Alright, so I've got my chicken. I've got 2 pieces of chicken, some chopped mushrooms, the bell peppers, got some garlic, chopped onions, chopped celery, some wine. So this one I think said red wine, but I have white, and some of the other recipes did say you could use white. And then I have my pureed tomatoes over there. I'm not going to bring it over here yet. Salt and pepper. Let's see what else. Oregano, thyme, and parsley. Oregano. This is parsley from my garden, I think. Pretty sure. And then I think all I have is ground thyme. Yeah, you don't know if I do or not. And thyme. Okay. So it says to cook the onions, celery, and peppers. Mushrooms. Salt, pepper it. My garlic. And I didn't write any ingredients, list any amounts down because I'm only doing 2, and I'm going to put the link to the actual recipe so you can decide how much of everything you want to put in yours if you decide to make it. And I'm going to eat this over rice because that's what I have made in the refrigerator, and I need to eat it. And I just realized, I think I'm gonna put a bouillon cube in to give it more flavor, maybe. One chicken bouillon cube. I'm just going to dilute it. So this isn't in the recipe, but I think it would taste better with some chicken bouillon. So I'm boiling some water over there. I'm just going to dilute it in a little, or dissolve it in a little bit of water. So the vegetables are cooking. So it says to put the parsley. Let me make sure it's parsley. Yeah. And not cilantro. Some oregano. Thyme. And then the wine. Dissolve this in a little bit of hot water. So I don't think I'm going to need any more salt. Pepper. And then the tomatoes. These are red and yellow tomatoes from my garden. That does not look appetizing at all. And I want to taste this. I think I'm going to add a little bit more wine in here. And then you're supposed to put the chicken back in and finish cooking the chicken. I'm going to cover it up a little bit, the best I can. cover it. Let it cook on kind of low. You're supposed to cook it for 30 minutes. And then I'll come back and check on it. Oh, warm my tea up. Excuse me, Bonnie. This is halfway through. I just flipped the chicken over. So this is after 30 minutes. I had to cut up the chicken to make sure it was cooked all the way through. So I warmed up some rice and I'm going to go get some chicken cacciatore. So here it is. So do you eat chicken cacciatore? Or are you like me and haven't eaten it in years? Trying to get a piece of chicken in with some vegetables and the rice. So you can eat it over rice or pasta. I think I have a little bit of everything except for, well, I have a few grains of rice in it. And Bonnie can't have any. It's got onions in it. So good. Oh my goodness. It is delicious. Okay. This is so good. I hope you give it a try. It is absolutely delicious. Sorry, Bonnie, you can't have any. Poor doggy. I feel bad for you. She just ate before I started my meal, so she shouldn't be hungry. Thank you all for watching. I hope you give this a try. It is really delicious. And if you eat it, let me know. If you make it differently, let me know how you make it. And do you eat it over rice or pasta or just over nothing? Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.